Well, this weekend there is a holiday that I am very excited for. International Gin and Tonic Day is on Sunday.
Yeah, Caroline's favorite holiday.
Yes.
Line Distillery in Madison makes 3 different types of gin. We're here with the distillery's assistant bar manager, Courtney Deich. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You can tell there's a lot of excitement about this.
Yeah.
So let's start with the basics. What goes into a really good gin and tonic?
Well, the first thing is just going to be making sure that you're using quality, whole, and fresh ingredients, which is what we like to focus on at State Line at the bar. So we are going to be using our American gin today, and then we use Topo Chico as the sparkling mineral water, and then we actually use our own house-made tonic syrup. So we can make sure that there are no additives, no preservatives. We can control the sugar content so it's not going to be sickly sweet. And then always top with a fresh cut lime wedge to add a little bit of acidity to balance out the sweetness in the tonic.
Sounds good.
Yeah, okay. So I know you said you're going to start making a gin and tonic, but I just want to ask, you mentioned you all do a lot of your own stuff. You make it in-house, and you use Wisconsin ingredients, which is really cool. How does that play into like the flavors people pick up?
Definitely. So it is a big part of everything that we do at State Line is it's kind of the idea of the terroir of the product. So all of that means that the ground and the agriculture and the climate around us is really contributing to the unique Wisconsin forward flavors that we're putting into our spirits, starting with our neutral grain spirit, which is the base of most of our liqueurs, our vodkas, our gins, and some of our other spirits, which we're getting all of that grain from Meadowlark Organics in the Driftless region. And then for our American gin, we are using the dominant flavor that you're going to get is that fresh sage, which comes from Love Food Farm out of Stoughton.
Sounds delicious. So you can go ahead and start making.
Yeah.
Are there any tips people should keep in mind when they're making a gin and tonic? It seems very simple, right? It's gin and tonic
tips.
water.
Yes.
But
You're probably an expert.
I do love a good G&T, I'll say it. But is there anything people need to keep in mind, or is it just kind of simple ingredients, simple
ingredients, but with anything carbonated, you want to use cold ingredients going in as much as possible.
Okay.
So here I am using fresh ice that isn't going to be small and melty, because it's going to dilute your drink a little bit too quickly if it's like too melted or too small. Sorry, this is a much smaller scoop than I'm used to. And then we measure it every single time at the bar, and I would recommend that for home use as well. Then you're not going to end up with an unbalanced gin and tonic. We're using the same measurement every time, but you can kind of choose your measurement based on your preferences at home if you like a little bit more gin or a little bit less gin. That is a balance that you can make. And then, so I'm keeping this very cold sparkling mineral water, and then I'm going to be topping it with our house-made tonic syrup that is also kept refrigerated, so that it's not going to lose that carbonation too quickly, and it's not going to melt all that ice too quickly, so you have a nice balanced gin and tonic. And normally I would have a stir stick to stir this. But I will just kind of
Well, it looks delicious.
Excellent. And then just top it with that fresh lime.
Since this is your favorite
don't
drink
mind
of all
if I
time. Nothing like drinking midday on a Friday.
It's a good gin and tonic, I'll tell you.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We are so appreciative of you giving us your expertise on that.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much.